phone so bad.
There it is. I need a new phone.
My battery life does not survive shit.
I just didn't give a fuck about getting a new phone because I'm just
Nigga, I stream back to back skin flicks, nigga. My shit is on 10%. I said, damn, I can't even nigga.
I listen, so I obviously I listen to pod a day, right? But so if I listen to 2 pods in the morning, by like the third one, I have to charge my phone.
That sucks.
It's gonna die on me.
damn.
It's awful.
Yeah, I want a new phone, but I don't know what I gotta wait.
I got so much shit on this phone, I don't know if I'm incriminating myself for saying this. I literally, well, real. I clock in and out on my phone. Like I'm scared if I go to another phone.
Whoa! I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing you're talking about, Kevin. I know nothing about what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyway, so update.
Whisper it.
Barber update. Barber update.
This week on Barber Tales.
But this week on Barber Tales. So I had to cut him go. I had to cut him loose. Man.
Yeah.
He like literally. So the last time I talked about this on Before the Pod, he stood me up. He stood me up again, like legit this time. So I went to the shop. Scheduled. It was a Friday, if I remember correctly. This was over a month ago. I went there. And I do what I always do. I go in early and I walked in 10 minutes earlier because some barbers appreciate that. Cause like I can get the head done.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a little break, go get something to eat or whatever, right? Some barbers appreciate that. So I do that normally. And as soon as I walked in, the guy that cuts my head is the owner. He owns, I think I talked about this. He owns multiple barbershop. He's like the owner of this business. He wasn't there. The barbers in the other chair just like, "What's up, Kev? With you? You have an appointment?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got an appointment with Nardo." It was like, "Oh, he's in a meeting. Do you wanna go get some? Do you want to get something to eat and then come back?" And in my head, I'm like, "Nah, like I just bust my ass at work to come here and get a cut so I can go home and take over watching my baby." Right? So I literally I might have sat in there for like 5 minutes, sent them a text, no response, right? None. And then after I'm sitting there, I just get pissed off and I just walk in. The barbers usually do what they always say: don't leave out of here without a haircut, because they trying to make the money. But he was like, "No, he'll be here. He's in the meeting. He should get back with you." He didn't respond, so I walked out, mad. Hopped in my car. On the way, so my old barber is not close to me, especially in Vegas rush hour times. It takes me like 30 minutes to get home. Halfway on my way home, he starts blowing my phone up. Apparently, I don't know if he's at the shop or if he wants to let me know that he's on his way or whatever. I don't answer because I'm just at this point, I'm like, fuck it.
Nah, fuck all that. Yeah.
Because this, again, if maybe it was just the first time he's done this, then I would have been like, okay, but this wasn't the first time. So I didn't answer. He calls back again. I don't answer. I'm on the way home. He leaves a message. He sends a text message saying, "Kev, call me, smoke." What the fuck does that mean? Come on, somebody explain to me what's sending smoke at the end of a conversation. He's like, "Kev, call me, smoke." What does that mean?
Unless that have you texted him before?
Yes.
Okay, I thought
he's never used that before.
I thought that was like his signature, but
no, it was not a signature.
Yeah.
He said, "Kev, call me, smoke." I didn't get that at all.
That Vegas lingo.
I was just like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So I drove home and just like immediately on the way home, I just started looking up other barbers. My brother was the one that recommended him to me. So like maybe 2 weeks ago, I met up with my bro and he was like, "Hey, your hair look a little different. Like, where you?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't tell you." So I told him the situation. And he was like, "Oh man, I feel so bad." And if anybody knows my bro, shout out Ella. He's the he this weighs on him, especially since he recommended it to me. So like he's like, I gotta have a conversation with him. I was like, I'm not gonna talk to him, but just let him know from me. Ain't no hard feelings. I know he's a businessman, and my little $45 probably means nothing to him. But I was like, I'm a dude who gets off, who busts his ass at work, and got a girl and a baby at home. That like when I set up a booking appointment, I expect you to be there. Like that's I don't feel like I'm asking for too much. Like again, especially since he's done this to me multiple times. So just tell him, and ain't no issue. Like it's all love. I just like I'm good. Like especially since you're out of the way. Like I was trying to I was hoping because he started at another shop and he moved farther, and I just trying to be a loyal head, just went with him. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't got her back from my bro if he's spoke with him or not, but that's the update on Barber Tales. So right now, I'm not even gonna lie there. I'm not even gonna lie to the YouTube audience. I went to this new dude. He is not as good as my last barber. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. He is not as like, and I told people this. I was like, I went from going to I'll say his name, fuck it. His name's Nardo. Going to Nardo and getting a A+ A cut to going to this other dude and getting B- cut. Just I still got to work out the fine tunes and stuff, but he's on time. He's closer. And I'll deal with B+ cut for that.
Yeah,
right? Like he's on time. He's closer.
Yeah.
Like that. Like
I mean, conveniency is half of the thing.
Yeah, like it's more convenient. Like and if like this is the second cut I got with him, and
he just got
we gotta fine tune some stuff. You just gotta learn my head. You gotta find. And then, like, if I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with the YouTube audience, your boy is losing hair. Like, I'm gonna do some keeps. I'm gonna be all the way honest. These niggas on the other two niggas don't like being honest on here. I'm gonna try to be transparent.
What you talking about?
Y'all other two niggas.
You can see it in the camera.
I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
I got a full head of hair, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm thinning on my side, so
I got a full head of hair. I got a full head of hair, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Every cut is vital now. Like my hairs are precious, so I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So if you see them, so if y'all, I'm gonna tell the audience right now.
Come home, Kev.
Nah, I'm not coming home. But if you guys hear some Keeps ads on this program from now on, just mind your business, because I'm niggas gonna be using Keeps on this head soon. It ain't gonna be no shame in my game, girl. Y'all girls do,
Kev, just go ahead and come home, nigga.
Women do a lot of stuff to enhance their looks. I don't think a man using Keeps is gonna be an issue. So I'm like I said, if y'all hear some Keeps ads on this, I'm gonna reach out to Keeps to see if they want some product placement, because I think I'm a perfect specimen.
I tell people all the time, like, I'm not a good looking bald man, so
that's what I'm saying. I don't got the head. I don't got the head for it.
It's too round.
I don't got the head for it, so I gotta keep what I got going on. So. See, like I said, I'm gonna be transparent on this pod. These other two niggas, I don't know what they doing.
I don't even know what you're talking about, bro.
I got a full head of hair, Kev. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
That's because you've been getting the same haircut since fucking 1999.
But he got the brown tips. You ain't got the brown tips no more?
Right, yeah. You probably not brown tipping no more.
No, I'm not brown
tipping. And I'm the youngest one on this pod. I found my first gray hair, and I wasn't happy about that either. It wasn't thrilled. I don't know if y'all can see it.
Oh, it's just because you became a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably.
It just automatically just instantly gets you old.
Saw my first gray hair, and I was sick. But yeah, man.
Hey, man.
Tough.
Hey, $45 less for that, man.
Look, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's, again, I know my $45 ain't much to Buddy, because every time I go in there, he you know how barbers do. They always pull up the wad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they pull up the wad. Like, what you go to the store real quick.
He still wads? He still
yeah,
wads?
he got a wad.
He still wad? I thought they would have less of a wad now that there's Venmo and all.
Yeah, I was paying him through Cash App. I was Cash Apping him. That just made my life a lot easier. I didn't have to carry cash. I just Cash Apped him.
Yeah, same here.
But he still had the wad on him though.
I guess you got to keep that wad. You got to keep that wad no matter what. All right, let's start this thing. Where are we going with this?
All right. I don't know where we're gonna go with this, but this is gonna be a fun ride.
Oh, let's do this. What just happened?
They just called a foul on Zion on John a jump shot of Russell Westbrook with 1 second left.
Real always does this. Why can't me and
why are you even watching
Jess? Yeah, me and Jess literally sit on looking at the laptop.
I got Pelicans money line. I got Pelicans money line right now.
I was just saying that there's only one reason to watch that game. Only one reason.
I got Pelicans money line. I'm sorry.
Like,
fucking Russell. That's one.
But the issue, yes, just the issue is even if the man didn't have money, he'd still.
He'd be watching the game. That's what I'm like. But
watching the game.
But you got the Clippers, Philly. I would understand that. But this man is watching. This man's watching the damn Pelicans and Wizards.
That's what I know.
He killing it, but
Rail's one of those dudes that during the Super Bowl he bet on Gatorade colors. Like he bet on Gatorade bass colors. He's the dude. He's the dude in that Adams. He's Adam Sandler. He bets on how long somebody sings the anthem. That's the world Rail lives in. Somebody how long they sing the fucking national anthem. That's what he bets on.
What's wrong with that?
You seek help. Seek help.
Whatever. To each his own. Whatever.
All right. Welcome to episode 73 of Those Millennials podcast. Today, I'm your host, K the Classic K. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys in real life. Jay's here. Rail's here. Off camera again. Great. Rail, you're really good at this podcast and shit, man. I swear to God, man.
Bro, I'm getting my sound, doing a sound check.
Fellas, how we've been away for a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of explain to the audience kind of why. So, fellas, first of all, I'm gonna start doing this from now on. How are you guys doing? How is your mental health going? How's your mental health? How's your mental space going?
Go ahead, man.
I'm going through some changes, but it's a part of growth. It's like everything else. It's a part of growth. Growing pains, that's all it is. Learn as you come with it. That's it.
Right. Okay. Jess?
I'm good, ups and downs, being an actor, you have your ups and downs. Been taking more L's with these auditions, but hey, I gotta just keep doing it. I had 2 today. So you know what I mean? Yeah. You guys may see me in a commercial near you.
Hey, that'd be fine. All right, so let's get the elephant out of the room early. The reason why we haven't been recording. First of all, from all of us, probably not including Will, I'd like to apologize for the lack thereof of content from us. You guys, I would hope you guys would be understanding that obviously this is not our day-to-day real jobs as much as we would like it to be yet. But we do have lives. I am a new dad trying to balance being a new dad and working. While I have a girl who's working now too because she's back at work. Rail is moving to Las Vegas, so shout out to him. Editor, add in the applause for Rail moving to Las Vegas. Oh, we can't afford that. Okay. But
next time.
Next time. Shout out to Rail. He's on to bigger and better things. He's moving out here to the desert with your boys. So shout out to him. Go ahead. You not gonna add anything?
Vegas Rail is what they're gonna call me, man. Vegas Rail.
And then my man Jess would talk what he just said. He's been auditioning on his grind, trying to, he just did a finish the play, real plug. Jess, plug your play real quick, so maybe some people can watch it.
The play is called The Shipment. It is part of the CSUN theater. They called me to fill in. They lost the actor at the last second, and the person that called me was like, "I only have one person in mind to replace. I know you can do the job." And I said, I can do it. And
look, man,
it's fun.
Look what blacks can do. Look what the blacks can do.
I mean, yeah, man. Look, I'll say this. It's part of the CSUN. CSUN's Cal State Northridge, the college, my alma mater. And, while I was there at the theater department, there's always a small group of black people in the theater department, any theater department you go to. If it's like majority white school, or majority, if black people are the minority, and so
are we?
I'm
kidding.
Just,
I'm fucking.
I'm just like, because there's HBCUs, and you can't say that with HBCUs, but right. Which I would have loved to go to instead, but what I was gonna say is like we pushed for more shows for black people, for like and the argument was like we weren't going to get people to come out to audition and stuff like that. And fast forward 5 years later, every single semester they do a show that's geared towards people of color, and this time it was The Shipment. And this one is it's a satirical play on black stereotypes, and it's very it's gonna be weird for people, but it's different parts of it, different moments, and I would like to describe it's like 3 different plays in one, so you're definitely gonna enjoy it. I'm in like the last half an hour of the play, so I think people enjoy it and get it. I wish you would be able to see it on stage. It would have been 10 times better. But of course, with what's going on, we can't do that. But definitely check it out. If you're looking for it, it's at go to the CSUN website, theater. I think it's called theater/something. I'll give Kev the hyperlink, so when he's posting this up, he can put that up for y'all. But how
about you post it on your social, we retweet it.
I would, but
Jesse's went dark. Jesse's went dark. Jess went dark on his social.
It's funny because I'm getting all these messages on there, and I'm like, why the fuck are people messaging me? Oh, right, I was in a play. Hey, I'm getting tagged and stuff, and I was just like,
Jess went dark.
But yeah. So that's really dope, and I've definitely last couple of weeks I was filming my scene. My parts for that, so that's why we had to take the last couple of weeks off, you know what I mean? But always a good place. That's theater's my love. And I definitely said that I'm gonna do this play because this play in particular was all black cast, all black, and then we have student directed shows. This was all black directors. I was like, and the first student directed show, I was a part of it as a director, and I was one of 2 black directors. And then to fast forward this much time over, and given everything that's gone on in the world, we got 5 directors, and I'm listening to them. They're bright, they're smart, they're a joy to work with. They know what they're doing, and look forward to seeing their work in the future, because I believe they got a bright future in this game. So that's all I can really say about it.
That's dope, man. So we're saying this to say that's we're trying not to make excuses, but that this has been the reason why we haven't been recording. Our schedules have been wonky. Like I said, we all have lives, we all have stuff going on. But I will say, part of me is happy that we weren't able to record in the last couple of weeks. And the laundry list of bullshit that we would have been forced to talk about because it was happening at the time. Like the stupid Nike and Lil Nas X situation.
I wouldn't even talk about it.
Not to mention, we've talked about this numerous of times. Paul Pierce, IG Live, which
He did nothing
probably
wrong.
would have been
he did nothing wrong.
Probably would have been a really fun time and whatever, but good riddance.
He's innocent. He did nothing wrong.
Nobody said he did.
Huh?
I said nobody said he did anything wrong.
No, nobody said he was doing anything wrong. Or we would have talked about LaMelo Ball going on a date with Tina Trump. Or what? Or
you wanted to talk about that? Yeah.
I definitely would have brought it up, that knowing me, because that's kind of the stuff I pay attention to. But like, or what else happened? I mean, obviously, the big one, which is
Trump. Is it Tina Trump or Tiana Trump?
I always say Tina Trump. It's Tiana Trump. You're right.
She the one who blew off AB.
She blew off everybody, bro.
But yeah, she did that. She did that on the OnlyFans though.
That's her job.
Water is wet, Jesse. Or obviously we would have talked about the tragic passing of DMX.
Oh, we
could start there.
There was just a laundry list of stuff that at least I felt myself that I didn't want to necessarily talk about in a vacuum. Even the DMX thing right now, I don't necessarily want to dig deep into because it's still kind of not real. Like watching people you grew up with die, like does something to you. Like it really does. It does something to your psyche. And now that I'm a father, everything that's going on in the world with more, water is wet, police killings, murders of innocent young, not even Black people, just people in general, Latino, Mexican people.
In
Chicago, yeah. And then obviously today in Indianapolis, we had another mass shooting at a FedEx, which for those who don't know, 3 of my family members work at FedEx. Not obviously Indianapolis FedEx, but they work at a FedEx. So like for me, it's really, really been rough because now when I see this kind of shit, it does something to you when you're a parent. Like it really does. It really, like we all talk about stuff hitting hard. Like it really, really like that. I wrote his name down to not forget him. Adam Toledo, the 13-year-old boy that was shot and killed by a lying ass white police officer in Chicago. It really did something to me, to where I don't know. It's just like just being a parent, like seeing and hearing these stories, it just does something differently to you. I didn't want to take us into a place like that, so like whatever you guys kind of want to hit on. I mean, I want to kind of brighten the mood if you guys kind of want to talk about the new trailer for Fast and Fast 9. You guys want to hit on that?
Well, hold on. I got one thing to say. I just do.
Yeah.
This just really just been bothering my mental. Just as a Black man growing up in today's society, and I just had to get this off. It just the line that, like, just the fact that our line keeps getting pushed further on murder, and like I was working, and I was actually thinking. I was thinking about my grandmother recently because her birthday just passed. She was telling me all the shit that she used to go through, and she would say, she's like, they'll justify anything that, if your skin's a certain way. She would tell me that, and it just when I sit here and I watch, like, I'm disgusted at this country, like when I look at the trial of George Floyd and they said like, oh, was it fumes? Was it fentanyl?
That shit made me sick.
It
Shit made me so
fucking
sick.
like I watch it and then I literally look at myself like, damn, what is the price? What is my life worth in this country? Like what who am I in this world? Like if this is what the shit that goes on, like he murdered the man. Like we see video 9 minutes, his knees on his neck, and we question every logic to get somebody off the other than say like, damn, he fucked up. You know, like they're like that's what I'm saying. It just I don't know.
I'm literally waiting, and I know Jesse probably wants to go. I'm literally waiting for the day for a police officer to come out and just be like, "I fucked up." And again, it's not like obviously it's not gonna fix anything. It's not gonna make things better. But I'm literally waiting for the time for like. One of the police, like a police, like the situation with I don't want to mess up his name, but his last name is Wright, Dylan Wright. What's his name? Did I say it right?
Dante Wright.
Dante Wright. I mixed him with the basketball player. Like everybody saw the footage, and we all know. Like I don't want to go through the taser. Like anybody who has common sense, taser gun. Like I don't even want to get to that part. But the fact that we heard the audio of this woman walk to the other officers and say, "Oh, I shot him." Like, again, it does something to you. Yeah. It does something to you. Like, it really, like, again, it like Black people, we carry this trauma. Like, that's why I said I'm gonna start asking you guys about mental health, because we are all carrying this trauma that we see on our phones. Like we carry it with us, like it stays with us. It doesn't go anywhere. Like all this shit that has been happening in the world, and obviously the light was lit with the George Floyd, relit, I should say, with the George Floyd murder. But like, the fact that this shit continues and continues and continues and continues to still fucking happen. I no longer get like, I don't want to lose this feeling of like where people say that they feel numb when this happens, like they don't feel anything anymore. I don't want to feel that feeling. I want to sit in all this, because unfortunately it's kind of been our job as Black men and as Black women to carry this trauma, because that's what all we've known being on this side in America is carrying trauma. Yeah. Go ahead, Jess.
Very well said. So many things to tackle.
I know we just threw a lot at you right now.
No, you're good. Like because it's like I wanted to respond to one thing, then it's like
yeah, I know.
But all right, well, I guess I'll start with the George Floyd case. I just don't want, like, look, I made a choice to not watch that. Like, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm not gonna waste my time watching that.
You're not paying attention to it? I'm not watching it either, but
I get updates on it, but it's one of those things where it's like, look, I'll say this. Anything that the defense lawyers try to bring up is their job. They have to. That is their
job. They have to do that. It's sick and it's twisted, but you're right.
They have to create a reasonable doubt. They have to create that. The real problem is that what is his name? Derek Chauvin.
There you go. That's what we should be calling it, by the way. Continue.
Yeah, Derek Chauvin is so privileged enough to believe that he can take this to court and plead not guilty. That we watched a video and he still believes he can get off. That
he's innocent.
Officer made him believe so much that he's doing his job that he believes he will get off on this. because he's a police officer. That says more to me than anything else, because we can bring up all of this stuff and they're going to create a reason, try to create this reasonable doubt, anything, and you're going to tell the jury you have to disregard anything that was not brought up in this trial. But they've been living, unless they somehow were in fucking a coma for the last year, they know everything. They have listened, they have watched. I know they're on lock and key right now. They can't go out, they can't talk about, but they know everything that's going on. So they're not being reintroduced to anything except the defense is telling them something that will create a reasonable doubt. Now, that being said, I just, that trauma alone, like that idea, like, because at the end of the day, if Derek Chauvin goes to prison, he goes to prison and the world goes on. But,
it's one less racist cop on the free.
George Floyd is still dead. His daughter's
still gone.
To have a father, and the best way they can do is just give them money and put the man in prison. But I don't see like that. Like, some people call it justice. I just don't. I don't get that from that feeling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get that. But that's for my own self to bear with that one. But what I would say is I don't feel like there's justice. I don't get a satisfaction in that. I just don't, because at the end of the day, we lost the brother. We still, in order to make change, unfortunately, a body has to be. We have to end up with a black body somehow, some way. We have to end up with another body. You know what I mean? Most people are gonna say what they want about Dante Wright. Wait, not Dante Wright.
What was it, Jarrell?
That's right. That's correct. Dante Wright.
Dante Wright. There you go.
And they're gonna say whatever they got to say about him. But I'll just tell people, there is times where a police officer can just be like, we know where he lives. We know where to find him. Let him go.
But let him go.
That doesn't mean bring a death sentence to him.
Everything is not a shootout. Everything is not the Wild Wild West.
You guys, you didn't just get you didn't just make the case of the century and caught the most wanted man in America. Like, you didn't do that. You can let them go, and you can catch him. You have his address. You know where his mom's gonna leave. You have his number. Like, it's just one of those things where there's this idea that you feel like you have to use lethal force with
for what?
So on BOMM, not to cut you off, Jesse. On BOMM, they were talking about a writer. So two black guys, right? They grew up, they went to school together, high school and college. One became a police officer, the other one became a writer. The writer wanted to witness a day in the life of being a police officer. Mind you, that after this time has passed and these dudes kind of grew apart. Like, they started, they grew apart. He hit up his police officer boy, and asked him, "Hey, I'm trying to do this story about police officers. Can I go along for a ride along with you?" Mind you, these were like best of friends, like they were boys. So he goes on the ride along with him, and like he said, this is his man he knew for a long time. They basically grew up together. And he noticed with the police, like, they ride around in their cars just looking for action. Oh, that's a 236. Oh, woo, let's go, man. I'm bored. Let's go get some action. Like they just need to go do something. Like, they feel the need to just be active in their cars instead of it. Like, they just need to go do something, right? Like, they just, instead of just being, again, I'm not saying treat it like a job, because what police officers are supposed to be, I will say there are some jobs that are supposed to be more than jobs. Like doctors, that's more than just a job. Like, obviously that's more.
It's like a
you're
life
saving
influence.
lives.
Yeah,
you're saving lives. Like, it's more than just a job. And what I feel like a police officer should be, this is more than a job as well. But the fact that he was saying that his man's was literally, they were riding around the car and he was bored, like he need just any kind of call for anything. Like got the juices flowing. Like he was like, yo, we gotta go, we got 10:36. I'm just making them, but we gotta go, we gotta hit it. So again, go ahead.
It just shows. I mean, it just shows. I mean, there's people who are overcompensating with the position. Yeah. Like I don't even know if I should tell the story because this story is actually somebody who listens to this podcast. But let's just say this.
Mm-hmm. No names. You don't need that. No names.
Okay. Let's just say this. I know a group of people where I got a homie, his brother-in-law. One time, me and the homies were pulled over. Mm-hmm. And it was me and four of the Hispanic dudes. Mm-hmm. And the homie brother-in-law, who's a white dude, said he would have pulled us over too. And it was his own fucking brother-in-law who said this to him. And I was there. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, what did you just say? Like, why would you have pulled us over? What did we do?
Yeah.
You were, three Mexicans and a black dude in the car in Huntington Beach at 2:00 in the morning. What part of that was being a criminal?
That's crazy.
Luckily, when that did happen, it happened at 2:00 in the morning, and we could have got fucking killed because they came over on every side of the car. This is a true story, like dead ass. True story. They came in Huntington Beach. They came on all sides of the cars at 2:00 in the morning, and we're just trying to get home. So I don't know. Some people overcompensate with the job instead of what the dude was supposed to do with the job is protect and serve.
It's not even
slogan.
Because that's not even their slogan anymore. That's been taken. That slogan's been taken off their car. Everything.
Oh, what's the slogan?
I don't know.
What does it say now? Community.
Yeah, it's something different. Where it's just like they.
I was about to say something very rude, but continue.
Look, man. There's things about that whole look. I know we're sitting there like. It's not just a job. Like you brought up doctors and stuff, right? One of the biggest knocks on doctors is their lack of empathy. Like they kind of come in and just tell you what it is and roll out. Like they don't what I mean?
I don't know how else you expect them to work though.
Yeah, deal
with it every day.
No, I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's that is one of those things where it's their lack of really getting to know their patients and stuff. Honestly, if I'm here for a checkup, really talking, they're kind of you've been to a doctor's office. What do you need? Is this hurt? They're quick, right? They're onto it and not really taking the time with you. And a lot of
they do the same shit literally thousands and thousands.
But what I'm trying to tell you is,
I know what you're saying.
I get your point.
Yeah, my point is this: that is a knock on them, right? And
sure.
Nowadays, they try to build that relationship. The one thing that police don't do is try to build that relationship that they're working in. What they're trying to
well, because why though?
No, and but what I'm saying is we know why they don't do it. The problem is there's the disconnect. Another one. If you're sitting here and I say this with all truth and honesty. No matter what, police are gonna kill Black people. They're gonna kill people of color. They're just gonna do it, and they're gonna do it because of their inherent bias. It is what it is. It is something that is
stereotypes.
It's stereotypes, but it's something that has been here since the creation of the police because of what the police were supposed to stand for in the first place. But it's one of those things where it's we need a uproot of what is being a police officer. We need that all change and everything, but you can do a whole drastic change, but that would require something where you got to get rid of a mindset, a mind state. And that is a lot of officers right now where that they live on the job. But my thing is, the reason why I brought up a doctor is because that is their career, right? That is what they're supposed to do. So if you're like a doctor that you have regular patients that you see all the time, you build that relationship. If you're a police officer and this is your career, this is not just your job, this is your life, that you are saying for the rest of my life, this is what I'm going to do. Building a relationship with your neighborhood, building a relationship with people, building a relationship with, like, yes, you're going to find yourself in tough situations all the time, but you know what I mean? That also helps with, hey, I know how to pull a taser instead of first reaching for my gun. There's
25 years on the job, you can't make a mistake like that.
You cannot make that mistake. And
you can't be it. Like Chris Park said, you can't be a pilot and be 25 years on the job and say, I accidentally flew into a fucking mountain. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
And my thing is, when you talk about a taser, your taser is in your non-dominant hand side. So when you first get in a reaction, you go to your dominant hand no matter what. It should be the opposite. Or I don't even know if it should be.
I don't know why she felt so spooked.
But you know what I think too? You know what? Because here's the thing though. Because of that story you just told me, Kev, you know she was training a rookie.
Yeah,
she was training there. That's what you said when you said that story.
Let's get some action.
Yeah. That's what she was trying to do.
We got some action. We got some action.
And she probably was out of control. Her emotion was out of whack.
Want to impress the rookies.
Show the rookie what.
It was two of them, right? It was two or one.
It was two.
It was two rookies, right? I want to impress the rookies.
This conversation can go on forever, but it's like one of those things where it's just like, I remember I was playing basketball at the park. And after it was these kids that we just ended up playing with that were there. And afterwards, they're white dudes. And they started talking about, like, hey, what do you guys think about the, the everything that's going on? This was during last summer. And, everybody kind of froze because it was like, everybody froze. But for me, I was like, these are the types of times where I'm just not gonna freeze no more. I'm not gonna sit there and hold my breath.
I was just about to say. I want you to continue your story because I like the way this is going. But maybe I'm the problem because right now I'm not having those conversations with white people. But continue.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah, I don't start out the conversation. Like I it's one of those things. If somebody's gonna bring it up, I'm going. I'm gonna say my piece because I feel like, well, to continue this story.
Yeah.
And, my friends are there and it kind of, they didn't really want to engage because right now, this is the thing with people. It's like this kind of conversation, they kind of play it out on how it plays out on social media. So you can have this back and forth, people getting angry. But, I'm looking like, I wish a motherfucker would with me. And with this conversation, you know what I'm saying? We're face to face now. So I'm going to see like how you, like, I'm going to be more bold face to face than on social media because social media is easy to do that. It's easy to type whatever and whatever. So, you guys invited this conversation. So I'm not going to be scared to have this conversation and talk. So they simply were like, my friends were kind of like, they weren't frozen. Like they just, I just believe that people didn't want to have that confrontational conversation.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
So it was like,
it's not easy.
And they started like bash like the riots and all this stuff. And they were like, oh, they wanted to defund the police. And I was like, look, you got to understand one thing. I was like, oh, then who's going to, I was like, you need to understand that police get money. I was like, first and foremost, we pay, like, if my job is working at Starbucks and I make a mistake on a drink, the customer has the right to yell at me, get me fired, all these things and do all of that stuff. Why do I not have the right to speak on an officer doing their job wrong? Why do I not have the right? If I am paying you, this is my taxes that goes into, this is your taxes, this is everybody's taxes. And you are telling me right here, right now, you would rather this cop continue doing their job and your taxes pay for that black body that's being buried.
Yeah, they don't.
That is I was like, you're not even thinking about it in that form. On top of that, you're talking about defunding police. Do you not understand that police not only do they get all that money from taxes that we pay, all that stuff, they get donation after donation after donation of money from political campaigns, and they go and feed to political campaigns. They do side jobs. They get money, a lot of it, and what they're doing with it, we don't know. We do not know what they're doing with all this money because they're not better at their jobs in any way, fashion, or form.
No.
How can we continue to keep seeing this? And honestly, now they wear a fucking camera that who's paying for that? Our tax dollars, because we asked them to wear a camera, and they're still doing the same goddamn.
And they're still doing the same bullshit.
And
we just videotaping our own lynchings down.
And
that's it.
You're videotaping this stuff. That's why I didn't watch Dante Wright's murder. I'm not gonna continue to watch this stuff because it's not you. Let me guess what happened. He tried to get away, and she pulled out her damn gun. It's as simple as that. And then she says, "Oh shit, I shot him." Did y'all not hear the gun go off?
Right.
Y'all didn't. Where do you think the bullet went, y'all?
Yeah. It disappeared.
Y'all didn't see, like, come on, like, this is the thing that just pisses me off. Where it's like everything that goes on these days is just like we can make these arguments, we can have this conversation. For me, having that conversation there was like, you guys are trying to say one thing, but I'm going to give you that opposite because you're not going to sit here and try to talk to black people and try to convince us to come to your side, and you don't even understand what's going on our side.
That's why, like, I understand black people saying, like, I get it. I understand the people continuously saying they're sick and tired, and we are, like I said, we're gonna move on now because this has been a lot. But I want to bring up what I started with this conversation with, which is trauma. The trauma that all of us, black men, it's not just men anymore, women carry. We don't want to carry this trauma, but we carry this trauma because of how the police treat us in America. It's becoming, it's already unbearable, but it's becoming unbearable, and I don't blame people, like when the mayor of Chicago came out and said for peace, came out in peace and asked the city to not shoot, and I prayed for the city of Chicago, and I was thankful that, from at least what I heard, it was a peaceful protest. Because we all know how Chicago get down when Chicago goes to Chicago.
Not to cut you off, but to let you, but just so you finish, I would say it's like, it feels, I'm not even in the city. I'm not in there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've all done fairly well for ourselves. Like, nigga, we all got our own places. We can, places, you can eat for ourselves. So if we all know somebody who was our, what they call it, like when the upside down universe, where you can see the nigga who looks exactly like you, but his life is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He looks exactly like you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I just, it weighs heavy on me, and I'm not in that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like and it weighs heavy, and I'm like, damn. Sometimes I walk around and I'm just like, I'm angry and I'm mad as shit, and I'm just like, and I have this fucking guard up, like, and if it's not with Trump or if it's not with these, white supremacist nationalists, it's like my guard is on 20, and so it's like, so I'm not even in that city, Right now I'm currently in California, and but at the same time, I feel it. So imagine the niggas who feel it there.
You have to.
So I can't. If they were to shoot it out, I can't blame them. I want to shoot the shit out, and I'm not even that nigga.
I was trying to say it the nice way without saying it like you just said it, but just like, I don't blame them.
I want to shoot the shit out. And I'm not even
I wouldn't blame Chicago for Chicagoing.
Look, man, and this is said many times before. And I'm gonna just put it this way: white people are very lucky that black people just want peace.
Yep. We chilling. We don't want war. We chilling.
We want peace, equality, that we want to be able to just go home. Like, look, Carl Douglas said this on the or Carl Thomas. Yep, no, Carl Douglas, my bad. OJ's he was a part of the OJ lore. He's the one on the OJ doc that is
I was about to say the OJ doc. Yeah.
he was a part of Johnny Cochran's team. He said it like this. Y'all lucky that we just want those things and not revenge.
And not revenge.
It's scary. But I'll tell you right now, I am proud to be black. I am proud. Y'all are proud to be black. I am
every day
born black. I'm gonna die black, but I don't want to die because I'm black.
Ooh, that's a bar. Put that in the verse.
That's
a bar.
You gotta understand that you are, and I say this to people right now. Like, the thing about it is, y'all, you believe that, you know, people just believe like racism is what they see on TV or what they, you know, go through, or being that in your face racism. You don't understand that black people can deal with in your face racism, because you know what? We prefer that, and we'll beat your ass.
Yes,
we ain't scared of that shit no more. Like, you ain't gonna scare us to go across the street. You ain't gonna do none of that, because these youngins out here, these motherfuckers will run up on you, and they don't give a fuck if you have a
look.
They don't give a fuck about none of that. Be racist. I dare you. And
look,
they got time.
Exactly.
Look. I'm a speak for everybody on this pod. I'm a speak for y'all, even though I don't know y'all answer. But we are niggas, but we are not street niggas. Leave me out of the young nigga street shit. I'm trying to come home.
Out of that. But I'm telling you, this is not street shit. I'm not talking about right
shit.
now.
I'm trying to come home.
People don't ride for that shit no more. You can die all that shit.
No. But what Jesse talk about is you.
That's what I'm saying,
avoid.
because these young niggas are serious out here.
Yeah,
like, they don't.
Young people are strong. They are headed, and they said we are not going to.
After not to change the subject, but I watched the Angela Yee video with how young Vaughn got killed, and I learned like the details about that shit. I was just
that's grimy.
That was just some young nigga shit. Like, again, we're all from the generation of where you wherever you're going, if it's us three, we're walking, we see a group of 20 people in a circle conversating, we have to pass them. You do not walk through said circle, right? Yeah. You do not walk. Go around.
Yeah.
You do not go through said circle.
Yeah.
That's just, again, you don't know what they own. Maybe you don't know these niggas. You don't know nothing what's going on. Just out of respect, or just not being on no street shit, you go around said crowd.
Oh yeah, it's easy to talk about not tough guy card, because I'm not trying to outshine nobody. yeah. Like I'll give a nigga a pass in the street for real. Like, all right, cool, my man, you got it. You got it. Like a nigga be like, man, I'm one time I was in the club and he's, you keep bumping into me. All right, my man, you got it. And I know we got him on the flip.
It ain't worth it. That energy ain't worth it. Like, as soon as even if somebody bumps,
I'm trying to go home.
Like, even if somebody bumps into me nowadays,
it's my bad, even if it's your bad. It's my bad, and even if it's your bad, it's my bad.
That's what I say. It's my bad, because I'm just like, I know.
My bad, G.
Like, I know I'm not a big person, but it's like, you bump into me, I'm just not here for the drum. What I'm speaking of is just genuinely like.
No, look, I get you.
Yeah, just you think you're gonna scare somebody with this shit. No, we're not afraid of that shit. Like, so that is something else. But I mean, look. All this, and we can move on. I just say all of this, like, if you keep doing this to us, and we continue to fucking rise and rise and rise and rise. You continue to do this to us, and we're gonna get out of this ash, this fire, and rise once again. And you're gonna keep our heads high, and we're gonna continue to hold that trauma for all of us. And that's, it's just sad because, I get nervous thinking about my brothers. Like, I don't know what they do on a daily. I truly don't know what they do on a daily. And we have a group chat and we text each other. And it's like, if I don't hear from one of my brothers, I get nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get worried. Like, and
it's some strange
Nah,
times.
yeah.
Like I said, not to keep bringing up the dad card, but like I said, with all this shit happens, like it does something different to you when your seed is out. Like, again, my seed is 9 out in the world. She's about to become 4 months right now. But like, it does something different to you when you have a seed out in this world, man. It really does.
You think about all this stuff. There's so many other fucking ways people get killed in this world that you gotta worry about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get worried that my mom used to be home alone in a big ass house by herself for most of the week. I'm so happy that my brother's back to be sitting there with her, because I get nervous. Like, motherfuckers can watch her routine and just run up on her. Like, it is one of those things where it's like, there's so many other ways to lose your life. And just to be like, when you're doing nothing, and it's like, I worry about all of that shit. And on top of it, I'm worried about the ones that are not supposed to take your life, the ones that are supposed to make sure you're good, like that, the ones that are supposed to come and fix the situation versus exasperate it and make it worse. It's that, and it just hurts. Like, I hurt for all those people that are every single day that are facing this.
And if we haven't, I'm sorry, just go ahead.
No, that I was just gonna say that there is never gonna be closure on that, because every single time there's fast forward 6 months, we lose another person, and it just brings that all. It just brings
this trauma back. So again, would we say that to say prayers to all families that have been lost in, too many to name? Obviously, the Indianapolis shooting that happened today at the FedEx, the Wright family, the Toledo family, and all the families that are infected, that have been affected of this senseless bullshit.
Can I ask an ignorant question?
Sure.
I guess it's total ignorance on my part. Because I don't go for I don't think about this ever in my life. How do motherfuckers find guns? Like, do they just search on a website and just get fucking ARs and all that shit? Like,
in Vegas, there's plenty of gun shops out here, bro.
No, I mean, you got to think fully automatics is only illegal in certain counties.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fully automatic. I know you can get gun, but
no, you can't. California bans ARs, but Nevada don't. Neither does Denver.
You can get whatever. I'm just now starting to getting guns, and this is.
I'm about to get one.
But you have to get a permit, right?
Yeah. You have to get a permit. I mean,
no. I'm not trying to do that route. I'm trying to do the other route, Kev.
No, you got.
Well, okay, bro. Anyway,
I'm trying to buy some off the street.
Keep look, that was Jarrell Wilkerson that said that.
No.
So
you niggas is the fans now?
I'm telling you, don't do that, because you don't. First,
living in, like I said, living in Nevada is opened my eyes to so much shit. Especially guns. Like I said, I've just kind of started getting into. Obviously, I've had and seen guns when I was in Cali, but never thought about owning one. But now, since I'm here, and a lot of the people I work with are literally gun people, like they go to gun ranges, they go to.
I do want to go to a gun range.
They go to outskirts of Nevada and just start shooting. Go to outskirts of Prim and just they talk about this all shit. So I ask questions all the time. I'm a question asker. So I just asked about what I just want to protect my house. I just want to one of the first guys came up to me and was just he's an older dude. He was like, well, you should definitely go get an RAR right now before all the liberals make you won't be able to buy any.
Make sure you go buy one of them ARs before you're on assault rifles before you're not able to buy any. And again, in my head, I'm like, why?
We don't need it for you.
Why do you need ARs?
Exactly. What did you do? That's my
Nigga,
question.
you need a snub nose at best.
Why do you need an AR?
Like
That's what I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to look like the dude that wanted to be an ad. Like, why do you need all?
Okay.
Why do you need it? Why do you need an M16? Why do you need an AK-47?
My question, I guess, obviously, yes, it's easy to get a gun. Like you can just go to gun store. Are they not expensive?
No.
Damn. Okay. See that's my mindset. It's like I would think
It's
that
cheaper
they were
than
expensive.
it's cheaper than buying a PlayStation 5.
But that would be like a little handheld gun, right?
Yeah, but if you're about it, you can like that ain't rounds aren't shit, and if you like
because it's the rounds that make it more expensive.
Yeah, but rounds you can find rounds for really decent cheap prices. Like there's gun auctions out here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of shit.
I'm just totally ignorant to it all. Like yes, I want to go to a gun range, because I just want to just.
I definitely want to do that too, and we can hit on that. So swinging the ship off of that, let's talk about some brighter spots. We could talk about the NBA. First and foremost,
KD and that bitch motherfucker. What his name at?
Who's a bitch motherfucker?
What's his name?
I was gonna bring up something else before I brought it. Well, let me do this first.
Higher learning.
Remy?
Remy, that bitch ass nigga Remy, bro.
Let me say this first. First, I want to congratulate my GOAT, Dwayne Wade, for having ownership stake in the Utah Jazz. Shout out to Dwayne Wade for leading the path for players to get stake. And again, he's not the first, obviously, he's been playing players. But shout out to D Wade for doing that. Shout out to Mickey Harrison for having class and came out and congratulating him. So shout out to D Wade for having stake in the Utah Jazz, one of the racist states in the world.
That's the only thing I'm gonna say is like it seems like hey D Wade, hey, buy 2% so you can let you know that all our friends don't hate niggas. Like hey, we love niggas. We got Dwayne Wade.
And the crazy thing is too, literally when they signed Dwayne Wade, the news of Dwayne Wade becoming the owner, you hear Donovan Mitchell tweaking his ankle. This is not a good omen. This is not a good omen. Yeah, we can hit on some NBA stuff. Obviously, a lot we've missed on, and we're gonna be, like I said, we're gonna hit on it more. Obviously, during the playoffs, we're gonna talk about a lot of playoff coverages. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. Obviously, since we've been gone, Jamal Murray out for the season. Everybody was talking about Denver looking like a dark horse. Shout out to Dustin. I'm sure he's hurting wherever he's at. The only true Denver sports fan that I know. He's a Bronco, and I guess
Dustin, just like to let you know, the 10 listeners that we had once we started talking so don't bring that shit back on the pod. Just want to let you know.
Chicken Nuggets, man.
Motherfucker,
shout out to the Chicken Nuggets, man. Shout out to Chicken Nuggets. Amen. Anyway, but yeah, so obviously the MVP race has taken a huge turn with Bron being out, Joel Embiid being in and out, Dame slumping, Steph Curry on fire for the last week and a half, but still I think he's a 9 seed right now or a 10 seed right now. Wiseman being out. Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double and nobody in the basketball world talking about it.
That just sucks, man.
It's a lot going on, and obviously AD today has been officially cleared for on-contact workouts. I know Ray would clap for that. He's gonna play. He's gonna play. He's gonna play 15-minute burst.
Because we just lost Drummond.
Yeah.
And okay, so let me get this off too. As a Blazers fan on here, LaMarcus Aldridge recently retired. those of you who know me, this is not the time for me to say anything negative about LaMarcus Aldridge. So I'm going to just say this. I'm trying not to be an asshole. He made the right decision for him and his family. If he had I think it was a unbeaten, not an unbeaten heart. What was it called? Like his heart was
irregular heart.
Irregular heart. He's making the right decision for him and his family. He's definitely made enough. He's definitely made enough money in his career. Again, being a Blazers fan,
because I'm Portland, I didn't know he had none.
7-time All-Star, third in all-time Blazers scoring. Had one of this like you like just a bucket, like left wing turnover, left shoulder. He's a bucket, like one of and he balled out in one of the hardest areas for a power forward in the Tim Duncan.
Nigga,
KG.
he beat the Lakers single-handedly this year.
Like again,
on turnaround jumpers.
I'm not like again we can have the conversation if he's a Hall of Famer.
It's the NBA.
But I will say this, and not a lot of people talk about this. The year Damian Lillard's second year, I think it was 09, 08. I can't remember off the top of my head. Where him, Wesley Matthews, Nicholas Batum, Robin Lopez, I want to say Alan Crabb was on that bench. That team was a dark horse championship team, and he was the best player on that team at that time. So LaMarcus should be proud of that. He had a great career. But the only thing I don't necessarily like about LaMarcus is how he treated Dame in his early years, and I'll never understand that. But shout out to him for knowing when to quit, because a lot of times players don't know when to quit, to walk away. And we saw the same situation with Chris Bosh, basically with the blood clots, him being forced to walk away from the game. So yeah, man, I know I just threw a lot at you guys again about the NBA. I didn't even bring up everybody's favorite Brooklyn Nets. So what interests you guys in what's going on in the league right now?
I would say it sucks that LaMarcus Aldridge that happened. Now, in all honesty, he had such a career with such upside. Like, he was drafted by the Bulls, and they traded him on draft night to the Blazers. And for Tyus Thomas, rest in peace, Tyus Thomas.
Tyrese Thomas was 2 years away from 2 years away.
Yeah, so
he still has potential. I'm still waiting on his potential to unfold. Continue. Just one quick thought. That doesn't make Brooklyn any less dangerous. They were more dangerous, and they couldn't play Aldridge against us. But they would have ran through the East with that bullshit, and probably. I mean, either way. I mean,
ran through the East.
They would have ran. I mean, Aldridge at the 5 would have caused problems because he was effective. He was hitting jumpers early.
Destroyed them. And destroyed them. Embiid destroyed them.
But they also would have worked it. No, full strength. They also blew that fucking lead.
No, I'm saying Drummond gave.
No, I'm just saying.
Anybody gave him an easy 20.
Anybody
gave him 40.
I saw in the first half the other day, people were praising DeAndre Jordan for playing good defense on Joel Embiid.
And he had like 20.
And I laughed. In the second half, because Joel Embiid did what Joel Embiid did, which is kick DeAndre Jordan's ass. And if I don't get one thing in the playoffs, I want Philly, New Jersey. I want Brooklyn. I also call them New Jersey. They're still New Jersey next to me. I want Philly. Brooklyn. I need that.
Yeah. We
because
gotta see it now.
The untold thing too that I don't know if did you watch the game, Ron? Jesse, did you watch the game?
I did.
I didn't watch.
You watched them again? I've never, and I'm not putting spinners on this, and I'm not exaggerating. I've never seen anybody guard Kyrie like I say, Matisse Thybulle guard Kyrie. ever.
He makes him work.
He was the best
he makes him
defender
work.
I've seen on Kyrie Irving. He stripped Kyrie three times.
He
knocked the ball away from Kyrie three times.
And
because
he's
blocked
long.
him. I've never seen that.
And he can move his feet. He's so long, pause, and he can move his feet.
Also,
again, I'm not exaggerating. Never seen anybody play better D. Maybe, Clay in the finals did his thing, but Kyrie still cooked him. I've never seen anybody.
No, Kyrie fricassee Clay's ass.
Yeah, he could Clay's ass. But I'm saying, he still played good defense.
Kyrie was still reeling, and he was still hurt from when.
You want to throw that in there?
When Schroeder called him a nigga, he was still hurt by it. His head was Kyrie was not in the right space.
I'm so glad we didn't talk about that. I'm so glad.
No, but I want reactions to that. What were your thoughts when you first heard that?
No, we'll talk about that later. But again, the matchups between Philly and New Jersey, and I keep on New Jersey and Brooklyn. Again, I don't know who guards KD. I guess you want to put Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. I guess you put Ben on him.
Because Danny can guard James.
Danny's gonna guard James Harden.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Tobias Harris.
No, Tobias Harris got to guard Joe.
Tobias Harris can't get through screens, and Danny Green can't get through screens anymore. But again, that's the best matchups that I saw. Again, I thought I didn't think I knew Matisse Thybulle was a problem on defense, but I've never seen that kind of defense played on Kyrie like that. I just haven't seen it. I just don't think, unless Embiid has to go nuclear, but I think his defense will gives him a chance against Kyrie, because that was my only thing in my mind where I was like, who's guarding Kyrie? If you tell me Danny Green, just stop talking to me. That was my only issue where I was just like, okay, well, yeah, Embiid is going to kick DeAndre's ass. He's going to kick.
Their best defensive lineup causes problems offensively, though, because Thybulle can't do shit, and you'd rather have Seth out there, and sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get from Danny Green, and that's why they're waiting on George Hill just in case Danny Green keeps missing fucking jumpers like he does. So it just depends on what. I mean, obviously you want Ben Simmons to guard Kevin Durant. And then they have absolutely no answer. I mean, Embiid should go 40 in 19 this whole series. It's nothing. I mean, if he wants to be if he wants to say shit like he's in the same category as Shaq in the playoffs,
this season he is.
I don't know, man. I don't think I see Embiid do the shit that Shaq ever did.
For 36, he has Shaq numbers.
You and your fucking.
Oh, did I just throw stats?
You and your fucking nerds again with this stupid stat shit.
How was that stat? I just said per 36.
Per 36, but I'm talking about how many free throws does he shoot a game? What is he in double digits? He has to lead the league in free throw for shooting.
Yeah, because stupid people keep fouling him.
No.
And he's smart. He draws fouls.
No, he draws fouls. Embiid is too big.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. Embiid makes his free throw 87% free throw shooter, and Shaq was a no comment.
57.
Shaq got these though.
Yeah. Shaq got rings.
Shaq got those.
Shaq got these though, for sure. All right. I don't know if you guys want to move on. I think we kind of went long. So if anything else you guys gonna want to hit on towards the end,
I'm hoping that Jamal Murray stays healthy. I mean, I'm honestly,
it's so late in the season. Next season's fucked up too. But this is what Michael Porter Jr. wants. He wants to be the dude. More shots on your plate. More shots.
I'm so excited for the Western Conference playoffs this year because it's such a dogfight. You got the Lakers coming back. We coming back just right when you think we're dead. The music hit and Braun coming back. And we coming back rejuvenized. We're gonna make a run. So we got the Clippers. They got Rondo. So they undefeated.
Clippers haven't lost without Rondo. I didn't bring up the Clippers.
I mean the Nuggets. I mean the Jazz just lost.
The Nuggets are still good. Jazz
just lost Donovan. I'm telling you right now. But here's my thing, and I'm gonna go on the record right now. I'm going on the record. Western Conference Finals. I think it's gonna be Phoenix and the Lakers. I really like Phoenix this year. I really like everything Phoenix. Like, I don't think there's a team other than the Lakers that could put Phoenix out. That's how good I think Phoenix is.
I think the Clippers can put them out.
They have nobody to guard Devin Booker. Literally nobody to guard Devin Booker.
I almost closed this laptop right now, but I know how that would just
who's gonna guard Book? Who's gonna guard Book? Because he don't say Kawhi.
Hey, you just need to guard him for a couple of possessions. Keep it close and guard him for a couple of possessions in the fourth quarter.
I think Paul George was like tailor-made to guard Book.
I'm like, you just need a couple of possessions, not an entire game. You just need it down.
I think Paul George is like literally tailor-made to guard Booker, and then you put Kawhi just like help side, just staying on
and they're deeper.
Yeah, like I know everybody has this feeling about the Clippers. These again with Rondo, these aren't your mother's Clippers anymore. They're just not.
Clippers gonna clip.
They're Clippers now. Fuck the Clippers. I don't give a fuck about no Clippers.
All right, so I don't want to dig too deep in this because I probably want to save it for another pod. But one of the things I kind of want to hit on very briefly is just what a bad year it's been for Nike. First starts off year with the VP's son reselling sneakers under their nose. Then they had the wrongful suit of Lil Nas X for what other people thought was a shoe that they made. So they wrongfully tried to sue Lil Nas X when he was in no wrong.
They didn't try to sue. It was the company. They didn't try to sue Lil Nas.
Yeah, well, they sued the company that Lil Nas X was collabing with to make the shoe.
They put a hold on there.
A cease and desist. Still again, but based off of because of people who didn't dig deep at all thought Nike were making the stupid devil shoes.
Yeah, of course. And people
so people burning and doing stupid stuff again. All right, so not even that. So that's two. And then now Nike being sued by the Postal Service for a collab shoe that they didn't even name or ask permission to make the fucking shoe. So again, we're 4 months into the year? Oh, and then so this is number 4. Nike trying to refurbish shoes where people think this is a good idea. They're gonna. So
I was gonna ask you
people. Nike is trying to sell again. I don't want to dig too deep in this because we can save it for another time. Nike wants to try to refurbish and resell you shoes, and people want to spin it as Nike's looking out for the environment. They're so green.
Nike's trying to spin it as
Nike is trying to make more money by reselling you the shoes that they already sold you. Yeah. Again, I'm a hypocrite because I got all these Nikes behind me, but just an awful year for Nike out the gate, out the blocks. And to be 100% honest, they haven't really super duper dropped any heat this year, at least as far as right now, in my mind.
What? They dropped the I agree. Like,
and I'm sure other things are coming down the pipeline because I already saw the Laylee Mays.
Yeah, I want
those are fire. Shout out to her.
I'm like, okay, I agree.
For getting her third Nike sneaker.
In the sense of like new. No, they haven't dropped anything like new. Like because those the Raging Bull.
Those are hard.
They're hard, but those came out years ago. They came out years ago. That's my thing about Nike. You guys
in the Cosmic Unity, those are fire. I like those. Those are one of the best Nike shoes I've seen in a while. I just haven't reached out and got them yet.
My thing about them, and I did like the Air Max Bacons. I took an L.
Air Bacons.
But like my thing about Nike is like you guys already resell us the same shoes by just doing new drops of the same shoe. My one thing that's gonna piss me off is like, all right,
This is what you call inception, Jesse.
yeah, it pisses me off because it's like we're not dumb. Like you're gonna resell these shoes, and look what it said. If they're in good condition, they're gonna take it. They're gonna look at it, and if it's in great condition, if these shoes are in great condition, you're gonna put it back on the rack for like a 10% discount, and still sell it for like $200. Like it's not like you over here getting.
It's gonna be GameStop for sneakers.
It's in fucking inception.
Like $250. Like
it's gonna be GameStop for sneakers.
That's on.
Look.
And that is their way. That's their way of trying to take down.
And I say this as a person who up until a couple of months ago owned, a small portion of Nike stock. I put some money in Bitcoin, and I have some Nike stock. But still, so if I'm just a greedy motherfucker, I'd be like, well, shit, sneakerheads going sneakerheads, go ahead and refurbish that shit. Fuck it. But I'm also looking at as a person that's like, really, you guys are, some people are like, Nike really gonna sell this to us like this? Like, you're gonna play we're looking out for the environment card? You really gonna do this? But
like I said, it's GameStop.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
I don't know.
All right. I'll go ahead. Anybody else got anything hit on before we check the deuces up?
Hey man, that Falcon and Winter Soldier go hard, bro.
Don't tell me the latest episode. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either, but that Falcon and Winter Soldier go hard.
No, I'm definitely enjoying Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I can't wait till it's over.
Rest in peace, DMX, man.
Rest in peace, Earl Simmons, DMX. I wanted to tell a dope DMX story. I'm gonna say. I guess I'll say it right now. So again, I'm cherry picking from what I heard on BOMM. If you guys heard, I'm sure we're all Cole fans here. We all know Elite,
mm-hmm.
right? One of the producers that work with Dreamville. He has hits with Ari Lennox, Cole. He started in Rough Rider. He was on BOMM last Monday, and he told a story about DMX that I thought was fucking incredible. So in 1997, DMX was performing at a club in Philly, and he got on stage, and he was playing his first set, and the crowd was going crazy. And a dude who was in the front row threw some water at him, and it hit DMX. And this is 1997. So DMX hops off stage, beats this dude's ass, hops back on stage while the crowd is still buzzing, and he literally grabs the mic and says, well, I guess you know, they don't know who we be. And the DJ plays, they don't know who we be. And the crowd went crazy. Elite was like, shout out to the DJ for like, maybe that wasn't even part of the set right there, for like having that queued up for the perfect moment, for the perfect spot to drop that. I had to reiterate that story. That story is so hard. That was just so 1997, so DMX, that he hop out when somebody throws some water on him, whoops his ass, hops on stage and be like, well, I guess they don't know who we be. And drop the song.
I like the
fire.
You know what? I believe it because because you got to think like that nigga DMX. I mean, I seen him in a closed venue where it was pretty intimate, like, and that shit was tight to where I'm like, nigga, it can go down in here. So imagine him in Brooklyn at the ballroom, and that shit.
I mean, look, I say this. I said 2000s. It's like the beginning of the 2000s is like when hip hop went from like you could always credit Biggie, you could always credit Pac. Like, of course, they took it to another stratosphere, but it became pop music is in the 2000s. That's where I was like, that's to me where it's like, you know, they weren't just outliers. Now all rappers were becoming, you know, that's where you get Nelly, you get all that. But DMX was just as much a part of taking hip hop to that next level, man.
100%. And again, I don't want to go long, but like Joe Budden on his podcast was talking about, like, with no cosign, DMX held down the most popular record label in rap.
Mm-hmm.
He was Def Jam.
Mm-hmm.
He saved Def Jam.
He saved Def Jam.
He saved Def Jam.
A nigga from a street nigga from Yonkers with no backing
and
from anybody.
Yeah, and just was a dude.
Saved Def Jam.
He was just like, and it wasn't one of those like.
That's the legacy that everybody should think about.
He wasn't just a rapper that was like, you know, he was down to earth. On top of that, and you know, of course, he struggled with what he struggled, but he, you know, a man that went through a lot of pain, and you know, Swiss said it best, like he felt everybody else's pain. I was watching the Versus again.
Yeah, I need to watch that again.
It was like, I just thank God that it was like I never ever got the opportunity to see
it would just
perform, but man, I just thank God because that was my opportunity to see him perform.
Yeah, that
I'm just glad that he got to see.
No,
I'm a weirdo. I pay attention to shit like this. So from when it viewed, it had 1 million views or so, but since his passing, it's like the most watched versus ever now, and like, you know how many verses have been watched now.
Y'all know my homegirl Vanessa. She's always been excellent. That's who I went to go see. Who I went to go see DMX with. But that it's, you know, I look at everything he was doing, like from the verses, just being back, you know, doing more interviews, being more accessible, talking about, you know, his life and his struggles and shit, like, and just I don't know, man. It's kind of I don't know, man. It just kind of like, I don't know, right when it just kind of like when he got to a certain point, and it's like, then this happened. It's like, damn, it was like he just had a verses, like, and he was happy, you know, like you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you just want to see the nigga happy because you know shit weighs heavy on him. You know, there's certain shit in the people world that shit weigh heavy on him. So you just want to see the nigga happy. So I mean,
shout out to DMX, shout out to his family. Shout out to everybody that streamed DMX during his passing. It was number 1 on iTunes for the longest. I mean, DMX ain't never left my playlist, but I've been nonstop playing Dark Man X since his passing. I've been playing, and you just the man, like, again, had grown man barking. Like, what? Had grown man barking.
He was talented, bro. Like
no, when I say
nobody rapped like him.
But here's why I gotta give him his flowers, because he came in with such a unique cadence when everybody was zoo did it, and everybody was rapping the same way. He came in and when nobody wanted to be different and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Like nobody sounded like DMX. Like so your young thugs and all the niggas with the squeaky voices now, and everybody, you know, like you
the nigga made overalls look cool. Like period, point blank. The nigga made overalls look good.
Jean jacket look good.
Man, jean man. We'll be here. Go ahead.
In a day and age where everything is sounding the same, like that was the difference between hip hop then and now. It's like you're just doing what's success, and that's what happens when you make it. You know, it's the most popular music genre. In the sense of like it's pop music. Obviously, you know, anybody will argue like country makes way more, and country does its thing. I'm not hating on that, but like just as a popular music,
shout out Taylor Swift.
When it becomes popular, she's not country, but anyway, it becomes popular music.
Country pop.
You do what's successful, and you start hearing more and more similar things. I would just I would love to have an artist with that uniqueness that comes in, and naturally unique. Like what DMX did was just natural.
Well, we had him, Jesse, and again, we got to end this, but we had him, and they took him away from us. Pop Smoke.
I would say so, but Pop Smoke, when I listened to Pop Smoke, there was a lot of, you can tell his influences in his music. And I'm saying, when I'm saying you
even DMX even said on Drink Champs he hears himself in Pop Smoke.
No, I agree. What I'm saying is there was a lot of I'm saying just purely unique, like in the sense, everything they're doing is new. Different, new, and it's hard today to do something like that because hip hop. Bomani Jones said it on his other podcast, not a sports podcast. The reason why we, as we get older, or as music continues to go, we're not so much about lyrics, or we're not so much about all that stuff no more, is because we haven't found as Black people, as people making music, we haven't found the new thing yet. The new, we went from jazz, we went this, we made created hip hop, we created this type of. We haven't found the new, like you can say what hip hop is doing now, but we haven't found the new unique thing that sets people apart. And I would love to hear that. And I hope my brain is open to listen to that. Be open to it, because it's it's one thing to ask for it, and then when somebody tells you, hey, there's it is, and you just fucking ignore it. But I would like to see where it evolves to, because we do need an evolution, and that's no knock on any artist today. They're doing their thing, and I know there's a lot of talented artists right now doing their thing, but that evolution, that next level, doing the next thing and creating something completely new that people haven't heard, I would love to hear that. And DMX did that with the evolution of hip hop. Like, he evolved hip hop that way. So,
100%. Well said. All right, guys. I think that'll do it for us. Thank you. And again, we apologize for the lack of content and podcasts. From now on, we feel like we have a set schedule, and we will be back in your podcast. Hopefully every Monday you can hear from us. And if, again, during the playoffs, we might be uploading a lot sooner than that, probably twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever we decide to do. But as of right now, every Monday, you should have a podcast from us talking about the bullshit, talking about stuff you love, talk about what's going on in the world.
Unless them boys are looking for Rail, he moving to Vegas. He gonna be having some
right.
Looking for him.
You have to check in Rail after he moves.
You gotta be careful with all that gambling. You are gonna have some leg breakers looking for you.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So
if I die, I die.
Wow. All right. So from me, Kev, Jesse, Rail, we're those millennials, and we're out.